Hello Year 10. So as was mentioned in the last lesson, yesterday you were preparing to write a 20-minute assessment on how nature is presented into autumn. Today you are going to write one, and this is just a quick lesson to just remind you of what you should be doing. So rather than with new vocabulary, we're going to look at our vocabulary from last lesson: mimesis, elegy, and cyclical, if you like, however you want to say it. What I'd like you to do is look at the quotations you selected yesterday and consider how you could use these three words at some point in your assessment today. Where could you use mimesis, where could you use elegy, and where could you use cyclical? Okay, so it's completely up to you, but see if you can add that word when you come to write your mini PEs later. So, learning objective is the same as yesterday: to analyse and evaluate, if appropriate for your target grade, how Keats uses language to explore ideas about nature into autumn. By the end of this lesson, you will have written your 20-minute analysis of To Autumn. Remember, in these remote learning responses, we only ask you to try your best. We appreciate that learning at home, learning through a narrated PowerPoint is not the same as if we were doing this in class. So we only ask you to try your best, not that everything is going to be perfect. So just pause the video and jot down that knowledge goal. So here is the question: how does Keats present nature into autumn? This is the question you are going to be giving yourself 20 minutes to answer today. So if you didn't do so yesterday, you may want to pause the video and jot that down quickly. So look at your planning from last lesson. You should have, whether it was a live lesson with your teacher or whether it was watching the pre-recorded version, you should have selected at least 3 quotations, one from each stanza of the poem. You may have selected a couple of quotations from some of the stanzas if you know that your coverage is a little bit better in 20 minutes. Look at your quotations, make sure you've exploded them, make sure you understand how your quotations present autumn and how this links to the natural seasons or the life cycle of a person. Remember, we have this slow progression to the end of summer, start of autumn, through to sort of end of autumn, through to winter in this poem. How do your quotations show that part of the season, and how does that part of the season link to either middle age, retirement, old age, or death? And make sure you can link at least 2 of your 3 quotations to the context. So pause the video now and just make sure you have all of your planning ready to go before you move on. So just to remind you, you have the overview where you'll summarise how nature is presented, then your quotation or quotations from stanza 1, then stanza 2, then stanza 3, ending up at the end of the poem. Now, I'm not going to read these out to you again, but I just thought I would include them so you have them in one place. Sorry, all these live lessons and recording are making me lose my voice slightly. So here we have a model overview and first mini PE for a sort of a high grade 5. Pause the video and just have another reread through that if it would be helpful to you. And here we have a model overview and mini PE for one that is more a grade 7 or above. So again, pause the video, have a little read through of that if you think it would be helpful. So now you should, either using the attached writing frame to your assignment. Remember, if you want to use the writing frame, you can type directly into it. If you want to use part of the writing frame, part of your own quotations, that's fine too. If you don't want to use it at all, and there may be some classes that don't feel it is necessary, but that writing frame is there just to give you that extra bit of support. We would rather you submit something with the writing frame and be able to complete it rather than submitting nothing at all because you're too sort of stuck on what your answer should look like. So once you have completed your 20-minute analysis, whether it's typed on the attached document to the assignment or photographed, please do upload an image of it or upload the file on Teams. You just go to add work on that assignment, find the file you want to upload it, and click hand in. And that makes it so much easier for your teacher to mark it and give you some feedback. Again, as always, if you have any questions, please contact your class teacher and they will help you. Good luck.